When I say anime, what's the first thing you picture? Do you picture overpowered main characters that can beat the villain effortlessly and have all the girls swooning for him? Or maybe you picture the innocence of high school romance and the coming of age of teenagers trying to find their place in the world. Maybe you picture high-intensity action with earth-shattering blows and attacks that level half a continent. Or you picture your favorite ecchi anime and how you maintain that it has an amazing plot and that you totally watch for the story. Which, hey man, I ain't judging. One of my favorite animes is Prison School, so I understand. But regardless of what comes to your mind, the one thing that pops into everyone's head when they hear anime is this. Bright, shiny colors with characters that have eyes the size of your fist and with voices that you wouldn't think an adult woman is capable of making. And if you're one of the people that hates these kind of shows, you'd be surprised to learn that these shows were some of the most popular animes back in the mid-2000s. Before Jujutsu Kaisen, before Attack on Titan even, shows like Lucky Star or Nichijou absolutely dominated the anime scene, and the slice of life genre was at its peak. So much so that the anime community made a special term for these type of shows, calling them CGDCT, or cute girls doing cute things. And what defined these type of shows was the fact that they basically had no plot. Instead of having a consistent storyline, these shows focused on the daily lives of its characters and the hilarious trouble that they'd get involved in. Think of like Friends or Modern Family, but make everyone anime high school girls. And you might be thinking, what's the big deal? Doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with this. Which, yeah, you're absolutely right. Especially if you're an anime fan, CGDCT slice of life shows are the least offensive animes that Japan makes, and there are far more controversial animes in the grand scheme of things. But what if I told you that there was a cutesy slice of life anime that looks innocent enough, but harbors a community of racists, fascists, and unironic Nazis? This is the story of how the internet took over the cute slice of life anime called K-On! But before that, I want to establish three things. 1. I'm not an expert on weird political ideologies. If you want that, I don't know, go fucking watch J-Reg or Wendigoon. They're way more cracked with this kind of stuff. 2. I try to have some research integrity and try to find some primary sources, but unfortunately, some of these threads are from the mid-2000s and are lost to time, even with the Wayback Machine. 3. While I don't condone any of the ideologies and actions that I'm about to mention, I'm not a politics channel. I don't want my channel to be about that, so please don't shoot the messenger when I talk about this stuff. What I'm trying to say is, please be civil in the comments. That said, let's get on with the racism. K-On! Was an anime that came out in 2009 to massive success. Believe me when I say that the anime community at the time had K-On! Fever and you couldn't escape it. For a cutesy slice of life anime, it managed to stay at the top of the polls, going up against other popular anime at the time like Haruhi and even Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It was making money and selling records. There was even a phenomenon called anime pilgrimage, as tourists traveled to the town that K-On! Was based in just to see the town's middle school that features in the anime. That is how much pull this show had. And with a large cult following, you can still see why people are talking about the show even today. But with anything popular, there's always a chance to attract the wrong kind of attention.
There are good memes, and there are bad memes. Why has God abandoned us?
Anime may be more mainstream than ever now, but that doesn't make it any less degenerate. Look, people with anime PFP still get dogged on for a reason, okay? But instead of happening overnight, K-On!'s descent into racism was a gradual one. It starts in October 2010 with these. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try to explain what these are. We both went to history class, you know what these are. Images like these circulated around early 2010 message boards with no proper source as to who made them. The only one that I could find is this one coming from user PrickSG1 from DeviantArt, which you can still find today. And I have to clarify this even though it's gonna sound weird, but edits like these are surprisingly normal in the anime art community. Go to the Japanese art website called Pixiv and you can find an entire tag full of art like this. Which, as a longtime weeb, does this make me more or less racist if my favorite waifu wears this uniform? But what blurs the line between ironic and unironic are the next few posts. Skip ahead a few years to June 2016, and you can find a post from a now deleted Reddit account talking about how K-On! Is set in an alternate timeline where Japan and Germany won World War II. Which, fun fact, a completely different Reddit user also made the same theory but for a different anime called Gochi Usa, in where that anime is also set in a Japan winning World War II timeline. Slice of life fans, man, they're something else. This Reddit post is long, tedious to read, and I want to go touch some grass, so if you do want to read it, links in the description. I just wanted to highlight this because I feel it relates to this next post in February 2020 where a user on 4chan's anime board, better known as A, left this lovely message. And man, you gotta experience this in full. It was K-On! You can't cross certain mental barriers and turn really fascist until you've watched the first season of K-On! The revelation embedded in CGDCT slice of life moe shows is not the plot or the characters, but the presentation of the world. These shows take place in worlds of safety, security, happy homes, living traditions, and full employment. The worst thing that ever happens is a pet dying or someone's family moving away. These stories from their very outset reject the proposition of eternal struggle, suffering, degradation, corruption, collapse, and globalism. It's an implicit declaration of the 14 words or whatever the equivalent is for your ethnic group. I know I promised not to talk about politics, but I'm gonna have to better explain what the hell you just heard.
No. Wait.
In a lot of right-wing politics, there's a really big emphasis on things like maintaining tradition and traditional family values. And the more far right you go, the more extreme these beliefs get. Things like only marrying those within your race and believing yourselves to be more superior than others are very common in far right-wing thought. They believe that any outside influence will destroy the fabric of their society, and they should do anything and everything to stop people who aren't like them from joining theirs. Not to get super controversial, but think of the online discussion about being woke or modern-day identity politics and how everyone wants to prove the system that they believe in will work. In a really weird way, K-On! To the extreme right wing shows us how the world would look like according to what they believe in. There's no woke agenda, there's no worry about ham-fisted representation. All the characters are cute and innocent and live in your traditional family unit. Everyone's ethnically the same, and there's no worry about some outside, weird, corrupting influence. Everyone's taken care of, assuming they're the same race. The children are left alone, and life is as pure as God intended. Now, I suck at explaining things, so I found someone who did it way better than me. On a Reddit thread asking what's up with K-On! Fans being fascist, a Reddit user left this comment that I feel summarizes it way better. The idealized world of K-On! And most cute girls doing cute things slice of life anime convey strong ethno-nationalist and traditionalist themes. This is not a joke answer. The people slapping dime a dozen tired, convoluted non-answers, lazily lumping in both 4chan and slandering both web novels and anime fans as neckbeards is just slop and does not address the fundamental question: why does K-On! Appeal to those values? 1. The girls live in an ethnically homogenous, morally upstanding, non-sexualized, low-crime society. They can walk to and from school, walk their urban neighborhood at night with no fear. There's no LGBT or CRT, anything, anywhere, let alone in school. Children are able and are encouraged to retain their innocence. 2. The Kotobuki family's behavior is reminiscent of the noblesse oblige. God damn it.
Noblesse oblige.
Noblesse oblige. Oh, it's French. Think of Henry Ford, John Mackey, and Andrew Carnegie instead of Paul Singer, Mitt Romney, Mark Zuckerberg, Michael Steinhardt, Bill Gates, and Larry Fink. The upper class works cooperatively with the lower class, not exploitatively, and has responsibilities to lead and care for their people instead of censor and suppress them. They don't throw their money around. Sumugi's father is sending his daughter to a normal school for the average working class person, not some ultra prestigious elite school. He's invested in the well-being of the community. He saved a failing local music store. 3. Yui's arc of self-actualization. Yeah, I have no idea what that third one means, but the thing is, this kinda makes sense, especially for point 1. If you look at the political scene in Japan, a lot of right-wing parties actively call for the expulsion of foreigners, citing their opinion that foreigners of all kind are tearing away at the fabric of Japanese society, and how they just can't assimilate to the Japanese way of life. Now you might say, well, this is 4chan and the internet, maybe it could be an elaborate shitpost. Which, yeah, you're right, all of this could just genuinely be an ironic shitpost. But I think it's a good example of figuring out where ironic shitposting ends and unironic toxicity begins. Are there people spreading these memes for the hell of it? Yeah, but are there also people hijacking the show to spread their dangerous and extreme ideology? Also, yeah, and it's actually happened already. In August of 2021, at the height of the George Floyd protests, some users on Twitter were sharing racially charged memes insulting the African American people. Get this! Using characters from the anime K-On! Now, I'm not going to be putting these images on screen as I don't want YouTube to come down and cockslap me, so if for some godforsaken reason you want to see these memes, you're gonna have to find them on your own. After this, the story pretty much writes itself. The generalization that all K-On! Fans are racist started to become self-sustaining. People started making Germany edits, fake Twitter screenshots, shitpost captions, and on the occasion, very, very racist memes. I don't think anyone could have seen a random shitpost trend from the late 2000s come back and haunt everyone, especially the K-On! Fandom. Honestly, K-On!'s story is a cautionary tale on how even the most innocuous thing can easily be co-opted by people with radical intentions, and how it falls to all of us to ensure the things that we love remain open and fun for everyone. Wait, why isn't the video over? I covered everything, there's nothing left. I mean, I had to condense a few things, admittedly, but I really didn't want to mention iFunny in my video. Can you guys just let me out? This ain't funny. Wait, what's that noise? Oh. Oh.
You, black is node.
どうでしょう。どうせ
Bocchi the Rock was a musical slice of life anime that came out in 2023 to massive success. The characters were likable and to some, very relatable. But just like K-On!, some people had very radical ideas for the characters. Everything that happened to K-On! Happened also to Bocchi the Rock, but in less of a time. Next thing you know, things like Germany edits, fake Twitter screenshots, and the occasional edgy memes were spreading like wildfire on places like Reddit and Twitter. And what makes it especially confusing was when people jokingly made references to what happened with K-On! And their community, so you really couldn't tell if some guy was just there to start shit, or they really wanted to make an insensitive, underhanded remark. In the end though, it really doesn't matter. The damage was done. K-On! In some places of the internet is now more known for their community rather than the show itself. And if Bocchi the Rock doesn't watch out, it could wind up in the same place. If you want my opinion though, I think all of this just highlights how vast the internet can be. Politics aside, there'll be no way to stop people from making and spreading memes like this. Communities across the internet have made spaces and websites where people can feel welcomed and comfortable. Proverbial towns and cities across the digital landscape. But what a lot of people forget is that beyond the community's edge, beyond the safety and comfort, lies a digital Wild West that's both random in its intention and possibly dangerous in its actions.